Very good. I'm down with that as well. So Miracle, TA starts off with one circlet. Double tangos given across to him.
It's against Storm.
Just the remnant spam.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite worth. Still gets quite a bit of stats with this. So I prefer this build over the Wraith Band if you're going to go against the Storm.
Okay.
And we'll see some movements here. Everyone kind of running into each other here. We have Kaka being spotted out by Miracle. And on bottom, I believe that Matumba Man and KP saw each other as well.
God, lots of lines being drawn there by the Omni. Scribbling away, saying, hey, look, Liquid have a ton of people up top. Be very careful.
Yeah, it's like, don't feed First Blood.
They've got, what, level 1 Nightmare into Impale. They've got open wounds from Lifestealer, but it definitely feels like Liquid here with a Burrow Strike and a Cold Feet, or
they just
a chilling touch they've got moving forward.
They have to respect it. They have to give up this Earth Bounty Rune. It's not going to be theirs. Kaka, he wants to try with a stun, but I doubt that you can secure this one with the Chilling Touch. It's simply too powerful.
Mind Control just bull rushes him, charges forward.
Matumba Man losing a bit of HP, but he has 9 more tangos to go, so he doesn't really care too much.
So how are the lanes matching up? KP...
Seems like AA is going to start out mid and help out there. Likewise, we have the Bane starting out mid as well, so probably going to see the Enfeeble on TA and then just AA trying to make sure any farm can go down. The duo off lane of Sand King along with the support Coddle of GH. GH Coddle, of course, quite legendary, so maybe foolish of me to think he wouldn't play it.
Well, they're also bringing the salve across for the Miracle TA. So bottom lane DK against Omni, but mid is where we're really going to watch here. I don't think we want to look away from this mid lane as a Sideblade Splash from Miracle already a good job against Faith, chipping away at that HP total.
Yeah, and he went with the Brain Sap, a little bit more focused on trading hits, but that does leave TA with all of her damage intact, so still able to get CS quite easily.
Storm at 3 and 2, TA now looking to try and catch up.
She really needs level 2 before she can do anything on this situation. Everyone else is pretty much as strong as they're going to be on level 2 anyway. They're not going to get a lot stronger, whereas TA, she needs Refraction super badly.
Oh, Kuroki still leeching a bit of experience here, chipping away at Faith with the right clicks, but Storm Spirit doing a great job just holding back these waves, get the deny on the range. Oh, Splash gets the creep killed in their favor.
Top, very aggressive farming here by Team Liquid, going in with double deny under a tower. Mind Control takes a little bit of damage, but completely worth. Meanwhile, NEWBEE did a pull. GH tried to stop it, couldn't quite. He's gonna get 3 creeps though with that nuke.
Oh, big. And a range creep.
Oh, little bit too weak.
Unfortunate.
Kaka gonna have that deny. We now have 15 seconds until the bounty runes. This is when the teams start calling, control the bounties, control the bounties.
It's rune time.
Yep.
It's like as you alt spam on the clock.
Yep, for sure.
Nearly 2 minutes. There's a Burrow Strike in. Kaka.
He has the Caustic Finale. This could be annoying for Kaka, but instead, Mind Control gonna go for the rune. And Kaka not gonna be able to take the other one, so double rune going the way for them. And on the bottom, we have a hasted Superman flying ahead here. I love that animation.
So 5 out of 5 runes for Liquid there at 2 minutes.
That's true, 5 out of 5. It's quite the rune pickups.
It really is super big. So yeah, Kaka here with a 0-1-1 build. Carapace against the Illuminate, against the Burrow Strike is super nice. But the Mana Burn, he's kind of just chipping away at GH, trying to force Clarities, force the Chakra Magic.
Yeah, he's doing a good job as well. He stops it once again there. This is lowering the impact of the Coddle in lane by a significant amount. Still, Lifestealer is probably going to be left alone here as the Nyx should maybe do a pull or maybe run back to base even already.
Mid lane, Faith. Taking a chunking here, but Miracle doesn't really have the chase to be able to catch up. SC has dragged the wave all the way back towards the tier 1.
You got to be mindful about those Chilling Touch slows. The slow on the AA's 3rd skill is a little bit surprising sometimes. You don't always think about it, and you can get yourself caught out of position.
So it's such a low duration one, but it's just that instant, oh wait a second, I've been...
Instant and repeated, you know,
stumbling
over and over, you're just...
Banana skins on the floor.
Yeah, it ain't good.
Well, Moogie comes across, sees what Mind Control is doing here, but again, like you said, level 2 Caustic up now for Mind Control, as he really does trying to lay it in on this melee versus melee lane.
Yeah, we saw Moo playing offlane Sand King and doing a similar thing. We went max Caustic Finale in a game, and it really can be hard to lane a dual melee lineup against this.
Oh, hello, Nightmare. Onto Miracle's Templar Assassin, but has the Refraction to walk away from the rest of the damage. SC unable to capitalize on that initiation from Faith.
Not quite able to kill that. It's tough when you don't have the Refraction pops.
Yeah.
Bottom, quite a bit of pressure on this Dragon Knight. He's not having the easiest time CSing here. Of course, the DGN aura gives that minus attack speed, so sometimes that can be frustrating. But
some good CS under the tower, though, but still 17-7 for KP against the 13-1 of Matu. That's Omni Knight coming out on top pretty nicely in this lane.
He definitely is, and he is favored in this matchup for sure. But once he gets his face boot, it's going to be even harder for this Dragon Knight to get the level of farm he wants. Other than that, I must say everyone is sort of getting a decent amount of farm in this game. No one is really struggling that much.
Same as game 1, right?
One thing to point out, though, the Storm Spirit is just about to hit level 4, and TA is almost level 5. So there is a level advantage going on. And that's because TA was left alone a little bit more, and Bane stuck around mid a little bit longer.
Oh, Kaka top lane. It's going to get popped by the Caustic, isn't it? It's level 2. The Illuminate won't quite grab Kaka. The HP regen of Nyx. The HP regen of Nyx. The turnaround with a stun. Kaka, you god.
He levels up from the creep dying, gets the stun, and then stuns back. Wow. That was so close to first blood. So close, we could taste it, but...
If he was like any other 4-roll hero there, he probably dies. But Nyx with 5 HP regen a second, 5.5.
Yeah, he stays alive in that situation.
Mind control in with the Burrow Strike and Illuminate, but Mugi sidesteps. With the open wounds out now, Faith doesn't have any reveal, so MC can just sit in the sand.
Faith doesn't really have anything. He has 5 tangos to his name. That's about his riches. And mid lane, we're starting to see what happened in the previous matchup as well, that TA is getting control of the lane. Around level 5, it is really tough for a Storm, even with the Arcane Rune. He's doing his best, though, to spell farm.
And then you have that kind of the snap moment when TA hits 6, right?
Oh, the TA bottle refill, or TP, not TA. Sanking almost died on top lane, but he managed to walk out of it. He got nightmared up, and they tried to right-click him a little bit. Gonna be fine for now, though.
So with Miracle hitting 6 after, what, maybe 2 or 3 creeps, is there going to be a TP here from Liquid to utilize the traps and kill Storm?
I don't think you need to rotate there is the bigger thing. Just keep putting pressure on the Lifestealer, keep him down, and in return, TA is going to farm quite easily anyway. And by putting pressure on the enemy safe lane, it will be harder for them to mess with the Templar Assassin. So I think that's the better approach. Because it easily happens that you start going mid trying to help someone, and then everyone goes mid. He's being shooed away.
Kaka, he hit it like 2 or 3 times, did no damage, and is like, wait, this is an illusion. What's happening here? Yeah, Faith gets hit with a cold feet and the Burrow Strike, beautifully done by Liquid, securing first blood. Again, exact same time pretty much as game 1.
That's
between
true.
6 and 7 minutes.
I believe, yeah, almost on the second. It was very close to the same time. That is a first blood going the way of GH Caudle, and he is a remarkable player on Caudle. He knows exactly his way around that hero. So he's going to go for 4-staff first into Aghanims, already has his entire build played out. And there's a big stack there.
Oh, that is really nice. 2 points in Illuminate, going to be used now to try and focus on Mugi, but MC, again, just a little bit too short on the Burrow Strike. Mugi,
they're going to farm it together now. Sanking is moving over. They're going to try and take this stack. They have a ward seeing it on Dire, but I don't think they can make it there in time. It all just dies instantly.
Yeah, Illuminate, Burrow Strike, level 2 Caustic, and now the Sandstorm. Mugi moves forward and looks for Kuro. Nice open wounds into Rage will allow the Lifestealer to shift forward, but the stack has gone, and now Mugi is all alone. Stunned up, running back, has Infest and 9-1 charges, so unlikely to die, but still pressure on Mugi.
He did what he could in terms of punishing them for taking the stack. He at least took some of the experience, but with 4 heroes there, he didn't really get a big piece of the cake. It doesn't share like 50-50 between teams, it shares between the number of heroes who are there, so yeah, he got a small piece of the pie.
Oh, Bounty Rune. GH grabs it up.
Oh, he's coming with the Hellcaller.
Hadouken.
Oh, there's raindrops.
Raindrop pop.
Not too exciting.
Go on, raindrop pop again. Mugi. Oh, he jumps out looking for
KP
Kuro.
is giving the rundown on Matumba Man under a tower bottom. He's giving him quite the chase, but he's salved up around the tree line. Still, though, KP punishing. And SCCC is down here. He wants to dive in as well. They could definitely get this kill, but counter TPs, are they available? Oh,
HP's up. Stun.
Yeah.
So entertaining watching these super high-level players and the kind of team play around them as well. but they're like poking and prodding. There's no like real commitment. It's just like, is there a weakness here? Is there a weakness there? They're just looking for these openings.
You have to search, and look at how he TP'd top as well. Now gonna enable with a stun here, trying to deal some damage. But he wants to start pushing a tower, because if he TP'd just straight back to base, then he would concede too much control. Sanking now switching down to bottom lane, and we have a little bit of a role reversal.
Yeah, Storm down bottom against Mind Control. Mid is Miracle's TA, rushing in behind the tier 1, but unable to catch the Nyx Assassin. Already a trap in the trees, though, to watch out for any hiding heroes or
Look
TPs
at the wards of Dire. It's pretty interesting. They're triangulating the mid lane, but they're not shutting her down because they don't have the tools to do so. So the wards, they don't really matter that much if you're unable to do anything against her anyway.
Yeah, is that blocking the stack there?
I believe there is blocking, yeah.
Looks like
it definitely looks like it's... Sometimes it can look strange in Dota, so...
Yeah.
But the majority of it seems to be inside the box.
But regardless, there's a nice little D-ward from Kuro. Takes out an Obs ward, watching these Ancients. But yeah, NEWBEE really keeping tabs on Miracle, right? Trying to see where the TA is at all times, but he hasn't left the lane. Permanently in this mid lane, shoving out into tier 1. No one is here to stop him.
As a result, he's getting this tier 1 tower very early. It's about to go down. They need to move more heroes in here. Sanking with the ulti.
Kaka, he will drop.
Mid lane, they're bringing in Lifesteal. Can they bring down this TA? It would be a massive kill if they can get it.
Well, Refraction is still there. Matuma arrives, and so does GH. They're low on mana. KP, the splashback from the Sideblades. KP's dropping low, and Miracle goes in with a Maelstrike. Now the GA arrives. Mugi has to turn and fight, but the Refraction after the wand. Miracle stands tall in this middle lane.
Yeah, still really strong. No way that they could really kill him there when his team is behind him, protecting him, making sure nothing goes wrong. And that was a lot of rotations towards mid for both teams, but I think Radiant are coming out on top with the way that worked out. And
now it is stack time. Miracle, treads, Blightstone.
Doing the same thing here, trying to hit the golems when he's doing the pullback. As long as they hit whatever is closest to you, it's obviously nice, but you can see the majority of his right clicks are going towards the golems. They have less armor, and gonna be a pretty clean Ancient farm.
Yummy, yummy. So what does that push him up to? One of the Mithril Hammers, that's Desolator over half done when that stack is all completed. Mugi, how are we looking for him? Armlet is nearly complete, just the Gloves of Haste missing. But Kaka pops Invis, Vendetta up at top, Mind Control dies down at bottom, but NEWBEE setting up for a go here onto GH. Kaka.
They should be able to bring him down.
Two-man stun, no,
misses the stun.
GH is going to juke away, he's speedy, he's a man on a horse, but the Infest has long enough range to catch the final bit of damage now as Faith dies mid lane, defending tier 1. TP from the TA. It looks a bit weird without the side blades there, but we'll move forward with a stun onto Kaka. Miracle focuses a hit onto KP, but it's time to run a little bit here, I think, because Matuma Man overstepping his bounds. Kaka, carapace up with a man. Now, takes down Matuma Man.
They're so tanky.
Nice blast in. Mugi gets just out of range. The burst strike lands, and look at him go. A nice purification from KP will keep him up and running for a little bit longer, but Miracle just relentless, unstoppable damage coming through.
He is unstoppable and relentless, but he can't quite bring them down. They have a little bit too high armor, and he does not have the Desolator yet. So fighting here, I think maybe he should just have kept farming the stacks, but now they're going to try and take a tower or get something more out of this. But this is looking pretty hard to pressure the Dire here. They're looking pretty strong under the tower. Going behind, going on Sanking.
They've caught MC, but he's got a Burrow Strike after the Sandstorm to get a bit of distance there. And
yeah, unfortunately, he used his Spiked Carapace very early. If he waited maybe a little bit and then ran on top of him with the Spiked Carapace, perhaps he could prevent
Matu
the TP out.
denies out a tower from Storm as SC goes for the zip TP. Feeling a little bit unsafe down at bottom lane. Matu and Kuro will pair up and try and get a bit of farm here on the Dragon Knight. Treads, Soul Ring, moving into drums. He's lacking a little bit, it feels like, Matu, but...
He definitely is. He didn't have the easiest laning stage, but he's recovering, I suppose, running back to the lane and just farming away.
And Miracle focusing on finishing that Deso, of course.
Oh, he's not going to be recovering so easily. He does not have TP ready, and here comes a gank. First they send out the Lifestealer. Meanwhile,
Kaka's like, I'm staying invis until the last second.
Yeah, Castile lasted as well. Thank you for that.
Mid lane, Faith dies to the rest of Liquid.
The Blink Sand King used the ulti, actually, to commit that kill.
In again on Storm, but SC zips forward, aggressively looking for a play to make here on Kuro. KP ready with a Purification Bomb if required, but Miracle arriving means that they have to kind of
He may have been able to get that kill, but it would be so risky for Storm to go in.
He'd burn like all of his mana for an AA, right?
Exactly, he would use every single point of mana just to go in, and then maybe TA would be able to kill him. Scary situation. TA is now 100 gold away from the entire Desolator.
Kotl has 4 staff and 1,000 gold.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the big stories as well. Look at him farming. Efficiency going on here. Killing the creep wave on the lane at the same time. Sand King coming in.
One control's like, nah, mate, mine.
GH knew what he was doing as well.
Mid lane, hello,
really
wraparound coming in. Kotl TPs, Miracle hiding in the trees. The Fiends grip in onto Matu as Storm zips back and forth, trying to get out of danger. But Matomaman is still alive. Kaka needs to get in here.
GH saving him, and now counter initiation.
Mind control's in, but the GA, that will be really nice for the disengage of NEWBEE. Ice Blast crosses the river and will land onto a couple of NEWBEE heroes. MC has a blink stun. Who can he target? He jumps in. The vision they've got on the Omni Knight is looking good. No repel for 18 seconds, and with Matu's stun, this should secure a kill here onto the
You still want to fight this though, everyone going in?
Cancelled.
Oh, they're backing out.
Kaka's thinking about going now onto Miracle. Refraction ends. Burst Strike onto Faith. Now the Storm zipping forward. A nice mana burn onto the Sand King. Secures that kill. Liquid, have you ever stepped here to sleep onto this little old Templar Assassin? But Kaka dies to the big Illuminate of GH. Showing off the strength that he's got as the Deso damage onto the Centaur.
Run, Centaur Conqueror.
Stomped.
You're a conqueror.
Felt pretty even, honestly, but ends up being a net worth win there for NEWBEE.
It was a good fight for Liquid in the beginning, but then they got a little bit out of position with Mind Control along with the AA as well. The two of them just got a little bit deep when they tried to ward up. AA got the ward down, but I wonder if they didn't realize that that's what he was doing.
Miracle stays alive through it all though, right?
He did.
102, 110 CS.
The big story is how strong he's getting, and Kotl also surviving.
SC gone on by MC and GH, but they are unable to kill him. Still on about 300 HP after the Epicenter and stun.
So I only recently started really thinking about the implications after you do that. Like, what happens after that failed gank? It's still forcing the Storm to run all the way back to base. If you're paying attention to him right now, it's going to take a long time before he gets there. Then he has to bottle up and start healing. And then, well, he could TP out to a lane, but then he doesn't have TP ready. So he's probably going to have to ball lightning, bottle a little bit, and run a little bit. And then he gets to a lane. It takes a very long time. So he uses the TP. Now he's not going to be ready to go if there's something happening bottom or top. And even a failed kill attempt can still be quite successful, is what I'm trying to say.
Forcing some kind of reaction from your opponents, or just removing efficiency from their play. Kaka, I think Matu knows something's happening, that they're pinging and like, hey, there's a guy here, but Kuro's the one that gets found out.
He didn't get the memo. He died.
Storm Spirit?
Oh no, he's
Louise, that is super dangerous.
We gotta watch out. Those Prowlers, they will take any chance they get.
Oh, enemy hero? Yes. Don't mind if I do. I'll root you up.
Root you up, chase you down.
Mugi going in here. The Burst Strike does catch KP in the back end.
TA
the damage
dying.
coming in onto the TA. No refraction. Now it comes up. Low HP, but Miracle gets out. GH can turn this one around with a grip onto Matu, not killing him off, but finally the damage will arrive. Mugi and Kaka secure it. A big Illuminate across 3 or 4. Chunk of damage onto the NEWBEE squad.
Still no mana leak though, unfortunately, so not that strong at chasing right here.
Great
nice
stun.
Double stun. And the A ulti is going to connect onto a Sand King, and they will burst him down.
Nice. Mugi thinking about going on MC. No reveal again means that NEWBEE cannot
They've been a little bit sloppy
capitalize.
about that, not carrying enough detection on anyone. Right now they don't have a single dust on any of their heroes, and I think they need to start being ready for Mind Control doing that. So often he gets away with just blinking in, stunning, and then, oh, I'm fine because Sandstorm.
But how close was that attempt on Miracle, right? Drop him to like 150 HP.
Extremely close for sure.
And he's like, one refraction, snap, snap, I'm back in fighting form.
Yeah, exactly. He's back and he's farming. He's got his Blink Dagger after this one camp. Of course, we're spending a lot of time talking about it. It's not even about my personal preference about TA. This is just the most important hero right now. She's going to scale and become a monster. The Blink on Sand King along with the Blink on TA, that is a kill potential that's able to bring down anyone on the side of NEWBEE.
And Liquid, GH Kotal. Aghanims is 1,400 gold away. He just continues farming like a madman. And this is going to give them so much. Now with Mana Leak, yeah, you're right.
Get yours now.
So that's going to give them heals onto the Dragon Knight, onto the TA when they're pushing forward. Will stop situations like we just saw. It's going to give you the global presence. The vision for the Sand King to catch people as well is going to be huge.
The level 15 talent for Kotal is one of the best as well, I think, in the game. 350 cast range. When he has so many active things, you tend to buy active items as well, like a Force Staff he already has.
A Hex later on.
Yeah, Hex, you know, any single item later on. I've even seen the Meme Hammer on Kotal just because of the long cast range, and it can honestly work wonders.
We've seen a bunch of like Ether Lens Kotal into like Meteor Hammer, then a Scythe of Vice.
You can push from so far away with that.
Miracle, melded, hiding and waiting.
Yeah, it's the two heroes that we mentioned. They want to sit and try to create a kill. I think they might be more successful after he shows himself here on Miracle. Someone will come up here, and even Storm could die with AA ulti coming in, or with Sand King ulti.
Do they have vision of this? I don't think Liquid...
No, they didn't see him yet. They saw him just on.
Now Bane will spot the TA
well,
and walk away.
Always a matter of who spots who. If he takes one step too close there, Sand King will just pounce in and he will be dead. Meanwhile, AA getting a little bit of level on mid, getting some love. Gonna go with a 60 GPM talent. One of the worst talents in the game, but still, it's
money.
It's giving you something. At the point that Kuroki is at, 60 GPM seems pretty good.
Almost a ward a minute.
Almost a ward a minute. That's the way you have to see it.
Yeah. I can't remember who taught me that, but it's like that's the way you look at supports GPM talents. Well, it's like it's a ward a minute. Oh, nice smoke pop, Kaka.
Smoke breaking.
No reveal.
They do not have any form of reveal. Well, the worst GPM talent ever was the level 15 silencer one.
What was it?
60.
Oh, it's still 60.
On 15.
Oh,
that was such a bad talent. Man, Kaka is keeping track of them here. Showing them to his team, but they can't quite get the point of initiation here. They're trying with the Infest Bomb. Obviously, they have Bloodstone on Storm now, so he wants to get some charges going.
They have one sentry mid for Liquid, but Kaka's very, very nicely dancing around it.
He is. He's doing a great job, even soaking up some of the experience over here.
NEWBEE desperately want to get in here. They want to go fight. They've smoked themselves up. Kaka's vendetta has ended, so he's going to walk back, but the rest of the team undecisive about what they're doing. Now they've drawn the line towards Roshan. They've not seen Liquid in a few seconds, maybe a little bit worried about what's heading their way as a sentry gets placed down, immediately taken out by Miracle as Mind Control in. Now the zip forward. SE repelled up. He's going to zip back again to the other side, focusing down onto the TA with a big stun coming through. Mind Control's going to get taken out here, surely. No! Turn around! Three-man burrow, but two-man kills off SE, and KP's fallen as well. NEWBEE, what's happened? Just one play from Mind Control has turned everything on its heads.
Yeah, that along with the damage from Illuminate, they're now trying to kill Kuro, gonna get him quite quickly here, but Matumba Man is scary. Infest running away inside the Nyx.
Dear me. Faith nearly dead. Mind Control's having another little fight here, but SC back in battle, looking for the GH Kotal. One more hit is all he needs. He'll zap forward and get that final touch as Matumba Man, full HP, full mana, with Mind Control ready to blink stun, could think about going in onto SC again.
Yeah, would be massive to kill him twice in the same fight, get that Bloodstone charges away, but they killed him once at least. He came back and got some retribution, but that was a very closely matched fight. Good fiend script by the Bane, who managed to stand in the outskirts and still reach the TA. Very clumped up fight though, which is hard against AA, Kotal, and Sand King. The three of them had massive impact.
Yeah.
Even the Dragon Knights did quite a bit of work there.
Yeah, like Nyx had a really sick two-man Impale, and then Mind Control's in with a three-man Epicenter, two-man Burrow Strike, and then another like 3 or 4-man Burrow Strike to top it all off. Everyone just performing very well, executing nicely around this mid lane, but you can feel how tense it is potentially for NEWBEE here. They're the ones that definitely want to kind of get the job done and go and steal Roshan away from Liquid because they're Aegis. But feels like Liquid's kind of hope and savior this game to really push forward and get the win.
It really is. All eyes are on the Roche pit, and being able to take the Roshan sneakily is what Liquid are hoping for. But I like what they were doing here with Storm, just going down bottom, pushing a little bit. Now they see the TP down bottom by Dragon Knight. Instantly, they go for a smoke themselves again. Infest is going. Anyone who is alone right now will quickly be bursted down. They have a ward. They see the TA farming.
Yeah.
She's likely their target.
They are not going in blind. They go for the AA. Kuroki is blown up.
That is a good
SC
target,
go for
actually.
more. Miracle blinks out.
Takes away a lot of the risk if you get the AA killed first. You can still always heal up with magic wands and whatnot, so you don't get bursted as easily.
But NEWBEE can't seem to do anything from this.
No, and they're now going for the Roshan. Look at this sneaky recall here. They're going to be spotted out by the ward. Just barely seeing them.
This is going to be close.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to take it in time.
No
Everyone
infest.
is moving over.
Roshan loses 2,000 HP, and Liquid give up for now as the Carapace comes out from a trap.
Yeah,
Was that a trap?
it was a trap. So the way it
that's
works
how
is TA is the one dealing the damage. Unlike Techie's Mines, it works different. Oh, Kaka moving in a little bit.
Oh. Traps.
Traps everywhere.
Roshan's still being attempted here by Liquid. Miracle in the pit, 3 outside. Kaka moves in again. Carapace up onto another trap, so Miracle does get stunned a touch.
Really awkward Roche attempt here.
This is
such a standoff, and of course the Infest Bomb is ready to be let go any moment if they can go in. I think Storm should swing over to the west a little bit. If he goes from up north, that could be an easier point of initiation. But in the end, they're gonna back out. So yeah, the way it works is different from the way Techie's Mines work.
Serpent Wards and Plague Wards.
Exactly, they're all their own units, whereas the TA Traps somehow...
Symbiotic relationship.
Somehow, yes. Oh, here we go, they're walking up high ground.
They've caught one, but the repel instantly. Kaka turns with a stun, and SC's in with the Infest Bomb. The Guardian Angel's out from KP, and NEWBEE, they only lose their Bane until Mind Control arrives with a sick epicenter. Kaka, Carapace is back, but he's meld struck and side-bladed down by Miracle's Deso TA, and they're chasing KP. There's no way escaping.
KP gets brought down as well. Liquid really showing the strength of their core heroes right now. They're dealing so much damage. And by core heroes, I'm talking about 4 of them, because that Caudle is doing a lot of work. They focused him entirely. And yes, you did bring him down in the end, but at what cost?
Yeah, 3 heroes down from NEWBEE. No Infest. Oh, they've got an Infest Bomb right now, actually. It's just come off cooldown, but they're going to get scouted by a range creep. Moo, zipping in. Mugi and SC. Out they come. Oh, Matuma Man dropping very low. The Ice Blast comes through. The Aegis snatched by SC. He's taken it away from them. Liquid, what do you do against this? The Aegis is popped, so SC returns with full HP, full mana. In onto Kuroki. Down goes the Ancient Apparition. And NEWBEE with that one buyback. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
GHTP's in. Is he going to live here?
Me. Storm zipping forward, looking for more.
Vortex, but he can't quite get the reach. Just barely going to get away. Hasted on TA, but no mana really to speak of, so should be a little bit careful as well. Trapping them as they run away here. She is doing some good damage to them with the traps. KP. Ooh. Gets out with the clutch blink. Another trap, though.
Mana leak onto Mugi. This is obnoxious as fuck, honestly. Just spells everywhere, but they've got Repel and Rage, and they will walk it off.
They managed to get out in the end, and they retained the gem. They still have that. Liquid did not lose that. That was a clutch Aegis steal, though. The Storm was so close to going down to just the AA burst. Beautiful quick stun by Sanking. As soon as Storm was in there, he's like, yep, you're stunned. So quick.
Zip zap. Oh, Liquid still on the front foot. They know there's no Aegis here. And potentially no play for NEWBEE to make without a Guardian Angel.
I like how Matuma Man practically has no item yet. He's just a Drums, Treads, Dragon Knights at minute 27 pretty much. But that doesn't really matter. He's tanky, he carries a stun, and the damage is coming out from his team anyway. He's just being obnoxious there on the front line. They're going to take this tower without creeps, because...
Like a wannabe Wraith King, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's just like,
pretty much.
Cast spells on me, let the rest of my team survive, please.
Pretty much.
Big old damage sink DK.
I think this Ghost Scepter is going to be massive for GH. The survivability he will get from it is really, really big. Caudle won't be able to die to Lifestealer or Storm anymore when he has this.
Kuroki's got one as well himself.
Yeah, I think it's a great read on this game, getting in on both your supports. Who are they going to target? They're only going on Caudle and AA in every single fight. Of course, they try to kill TA every now and then, but that's going to get harder.
And of course, you're going to have to buy up a Nullifier or something like that as this NEWBEE squad if you want to try and deal with these Ghost Scepters.
Oh.
So ward on ward here.
A little bit awkward double ward. Well, double ward by Dire and then a ward next to it as well. So kind of wasted, but they wanted to just see the high ground, see if they can jump in and get a pick.
And Liquid are like, nah, mates.
No, mates, we'll come back to D-Ward that later.
We push. We push now.
Exactly. There's no stress on Liquid to force the issue. They can also just TP away and push with Dragonites without having to worry, since they have the recall if anything happens, if they need to get him back here. Meanwhile, NEWBEE are going to be pretty happy getting another tower.
Tier 2 at that. Well, Liquid, I do get the push out mid and top. The pings come out onto the tier 3 mid. I'm not sure if that was from NEWBEE saying, hey, Liquid are known for their kind of ballsy high ground shoves. Do have to be a little bit worried about TPing back one by one to defend. But Liquid not committing to anything as hardcore as that. Just come in, ward up the jungle a touch, get some nice vision down deep in this NEWBEE side of the map.
Yeah, both teams looking for whatever they can get right now, as Liquid want to slow the game down, get a little bit more farm. If they get the Orchid on TA, she's going to be very happy about that, since the Lincolns is not yet up on the Storm.
Super important as well with these wards to try and spot out, like, you know, smokes, infests from the Lifestealer into the Storm. Just kind of get an inkling, a bit of knowledge about what NEWBEE are planning in the next 30 seconds to a minute or so. And they're trying to de-ward, but there's nothing up here. It's a little bit further across to this side. There's also these Ob Sentry combos, right, looking for the Nyx Assassin. There's only one of them up there, but they'll start to place down, you know, a ton of sentries on these entry points.
Well, they have that, and then they have the gem on Caudle,
oh,
so
yeah,
it's
right.
quite dangerous for the Caudle, or for the Nyx to run in, since the Caudle might always see him. It is nighttime, though. Good time for Dire to fight.
2 minutes or so until the day comes around again.
It has a pretty big impact, since the vision... Oh, they could lead with a Carapace on mid, but I don't know if they're going to be able to reach him, though. He's like, I got stunned, guys.
They sure got me.
Yep.
So you've got your Ghost on Cottle, you've got your Ghost on Ancient Apparition.
Looking
Miracle.
hard. I don't know how they're going to burst anyone apart from Miracle. He's the only one who looks like a viable target here for the Dire to go on. Depends, of course, on the initiation, but...
Are you afraid at all about Miracle's build going very kind of damage-based? He's got, you know, defensive item in the Hurricane Pike.
Not quite. Both builds have some merit to them. One big thing that people seem to ignore when looking at builds like this, because obviously an amazing amount of TA. A lot of people are like, why no BKB? Oh, bad, you should have bought BKB. Well, he's going to have a late 10-second BKB later on in the fights, and that has a massive impact. They're now grouping up, moving around here. Could get a really nice initiation, perhaps. They have a read. Oh, they have a ward. This
man. 2-man, stun into Ice Blast. It catches 3. The GA from KP. He was trying to save his buddies, but now SEC with the Infest back. They catch 1, looking for the GH Cottle. Get him as well. This is a really balanced fight between the two of them, but KP, the Purification, keeps him alive barely through the Miracle, but now the full step forward. Mind controls Epicenter in on top of NEWBEE, and the deny from the Storm means the NEWBEE being wiped off the face of the map. One by one, they'll dive in now, but Mugi strong enough to get up to the high ground and away from Miracle. But Liquid, that ward, perfect for that smoke movement in.
Such a big thing that they didn't find the D-ward on that Observer and Sentry, so they saw Nyx as well. Beautiful double stun coming in to lead the way with Sanking. AA ulti landed perfectly, and of course, both the DK and the TA, well, they're not unhappy to be going on some stun targets and killing them. That's easy for them. Regen rune again here for SEC. He does get some nice runes, but he did lose Bloodstone charges in that fight, and that hurts you.
Second time now he's been down to 10. He's...
It's not horrible, though. 10 is still manageable. Your mana is still definitely decent. I think once it goes down to 6 or lower, you really struggle to even farm effectively. But his mana regen is going to be okay for now. But this is starting to get a little bit worrisome. If you're a fan of NEWBEE, this is not a good spot to be in. Another smoke being purchased by AA here, so look towards Liquid to go for a group up, perhaps.
When's the next Roche?
They're recalling. They're smoking up right now.
Just a bit over a minute until the fastest Roche spawn. But yeah, here comes the smoke from Liquid you were talking about.
They're going to put down a sentry.
Catches.
The sentry is on point. They don't want to attack it, but they know you're there, guys. There's nothing to hide. Ping, ping.
You may as well just kill it at this point.
Yeah, well, they're just waiting to see if they can find any form of advantage.
So Kaka has the gem. Liquid not buying a new one just yet, spamming sentries instead. Look for this Nyx Assassin. As NEWBEE trying to hold their high ground, they need their lifestealer to come back. Yeah, he's TPing now towards the tier 3. SC starts things off with a little bit of a chip damage here onto Matu with the help of that repel.
Chip damage won't do much against the Coddle though. He's just repeatedly spamming out the heal. Look for the Carapace.
Infest bomb in with the Carapace onto Matu. Fiend's Grip expended as well. That's the DK dead. Chase has to secure them. More kills. GH goes Scepter Force Staff TP. Do they have a stun to catch him as he retreats? Yes, they do with the Yules out from Kaka. Very quickly swinging from 1 to 2 to 3. NEWBEE learning to count with Gary B.
Seems like they got a little bit out of position there with the Dragon Knight and didn't quite have anyone who wanted to go in to try and save him. He was facing the wrong way, so they can't even force staff him. That's just going to push him into the enemy team. Of course, otherwise that would be a nice play. They have 3 force staffs. And after that, the supports are simply not mobile enough to get away from this Storm Spirit as he goes in. But
even with a double damage on Miracle.
NEWBEE definitely showing some big signs of life here and showing that their lineup is still having some clear combinations.
Where is SC going now? He's got Kaka in front of him, hands over the gem to the Storm.
He went to a jeweler store, picked up a gem.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Gotta reward yourself.
Miracle, full Bloodstone, and there's the BKB that you were mentioning. You know, it's going to come around.
Bloodstone?
BKB. There!
Yeah,
BKB.
Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn, Bloodstone, Bloodthorn, Blood.
There's a lot of
BKB,
blood everywhere.
Bear. But yeah, he's got Bloodthorn.
He's got the bear.
BKB is going to be here before 40 minutes for Miracle. So it's looking good still for this TA who has died only once this game.
Exactly. If you can get to this point where you're playing without a BKB and you're still able to not die and get this much farm, then this is the better progression, just because you will have that 10-second charges, whereas everyone else is having their charges being expended bit by bit. Well, technically, Matumba Man still has a 10-second because he didn't get to use it. He just got bursted.
Very true.
Surprised he didn't go for a Blink Dagger build, but I suppose he was so underfarmed he didn't want to set himself back even more with that, because it's definitely a strong item for this game.
He wants to be the big old tank. Oh, dear. He misses. Mind Control. No, that's not how you start a fight.
An uncharacteristic mistake by Mind Control.
Matu hit by the exact end of the impale of Nyx. Miracle jumping in now, an epicenter from MC. He does have a Blink Burrow, but Faith, the only hero he catches, a GA quickly out from KP with a Brain Sap to follow. Faith's going to get hit though by the Ice Blast and Cold Feet, and down he goes as the BKB from Matu looking for Kaka. There's the Carapace and the stun, but Kaka dead. Mind Control, Burrow strike back in onto KP and NEWBEE. They're being picked apart one by one, little by little, as he jumps in though now with the Infested Lifestealer jumping out. Matu will die, but Liquid they can extract. They can get themselves away.
This time.
GH goes Scepter, Force Staff ready, high ground not available to him, and the stuns are enough to kill off 2.
Well, Kuro though, he's, you know, slippery sliding away. This little AA wants to live. He finds an Invis rune, the best feeling when trying to get away as a support with no items.
But a Roshan steal from NEWBEE potentially coming out now.
And Roshan is really big for them. If they get this Aegis and Cheese onto Storm, it would be massive. Buyback already being used. AA ulti coming in.
Oh, Miracle. He wanted Mugi, toggles his armlet off, he's got the Repel and the Lincolns on him, but Mind Control's out of mana and out of space to live here, it looks like. With a gem drop, Kaka will pick it up. Buyback immediately. Lifestealer did die in the end, so what is this Omni, DK, Sand King, Lifestealer? Everyone's just going ding, 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 spend our money.
Lifestealer made a little bit of a mistake there. He could have infested someone to prevent himself from dying, but he thought that he was going to be fine, I believe, or he tried to get into someone who ran away from him. Not sure which, but in the end did not get his ulti off, and he went down to the AA ulti. They see them. Great ward here for Dire. We've seen what wards can do.
NEWBEE on the front foot. Zip forward. There we go. Catch Mind Control. No, it's catching the DK. Mind Control. Die back. BKB from Matumba Man. Will it do enough? Mugi's chasing forward. And the Dragon Knight, he's going to run out of duration. He's got no TP and he's getting gripped up by Faith. NEWBEE swinging in hard and strong as they sweep through Liquid. The diebacks are huge.
2 diebacks right like that. And those are very essential heroes for this lineup as well. They need these stuns to be able to bring anyone down. SCCC going back to defend here as the courier gets sniped. That was the Shivas on the courier recipe only. He could buy a new one, honestly. The recipe is not expensive.
It really isn't. Kotl, nice Force Staff, drifting away, blinding light.
Still not safe though. He has no other escape, only a Ghost Scepter, but they're gonna stop pursuing as the TA is around.
They
Going
want
back towards the Roche.
to finish this Roshan.
Yeah, I don't want to get distracted. They still have 40 seconds to go on the big stunts.
My hands are off the keyboard and mouse, Weiger. I'm looking at Miracle because...
Yeah, he's the only one who can save this situation for the Radiant.
Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
Oh, I don't know if he wants to go in there. He doesn't have any gold at all. No buyback available. If he dies,
Kuro.
that would be...
He's been found.
Yeah.
He surely dies here to the Vortex.
He gets the grab. And that's one more Bloodstone charge. He's up to 18 again. Who took SEC's Bloodstone charges? He takes them back. TA, no buyback. Do not die.
There's no... Oh, blink, 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 blink,
She does
blink.
have it. She gets out. Does have the 10 charges as well in Refraction.
God.
She is gonna be fine for now. That is some scary moment though.
Baited.
Definitely baited, but unfortunately not going to stop too much.
Well, Roshan's still alive, and
He
DK is
is
respawned, Sand King's respawned.
Yeah, maybe they can contest. They're relocating to take the fight. They're gonna recall in the TA as well in a second. He has 5 seconds cooldown. You can call him soon on Coddle.
There is no Ice Blast. Kaka has a Vendetta in a couple of seconds as well. The
Can they
Blinding
steal
Light
it?
tries to buy time. In comes though. Look at that, Kaka, you are a freaking god! Mind Control gets absolutely screwed over by the Knicks. Now they move on to Matumba Man. SEC
Oh,
zips
GH.
forward. GH tries to slide down to low ground, but he will be taken out dead.
Quickly,
for
they
a
need to
minute.
react to the bottom lane. There's push already onto their racks here as the TA is pushing. She does not have buyback still if they were to somehow close the distance, but she's quite hard to catch. Blink and Force Staff. Man, we have seen so many pre-stunts on Roshan dying by different teams, just calling it good discipline. And this is finally one of those times where it actually paid off.
Yeah.
He did not have vision of anything that was happening. He just knows that Roshan's very low. The enemy are looking at us with Caudal Aghanims. And as it was about to die, he stuns and it worked out.
Perfect stuff. We're hitting so many level 25s, it's getting insane now, but a quick rundown of what we got so far. Storm Spirit, he's got little ball lightning remnants going around everywhere, which is pretty nice.
I believe it still has the bug as well that I first learned from Weeha, I believe. Nick's stalking after TA here, but no one is close enough. So there's a bug about this talent that if you level it up while you're already ball lightning in Ing, then it's going to drop all the lightning remnants that you should have dropped in that distance. It's going to drop towards the end.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure the bug still exists, but I've seen it used by Weeha. I thought it was amazing.
Wow.
It looks really strong. If you do a super long jump, you just end up having like
20 remnants.
Yeah, 15 or 20 remnants stacked on top of each other. So
That's pretty cool.
you can one-shot someone with it, actually.
Dota 2.
Yeah, it's the game of intricate details and weird interactions.
I was wondering for a second, like, what on earth is SC buying with another point booster? But of course, the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep, the Aghanim Scepter is quite strong. He does have the increased duration on the Vortex as well. And honestly, an item that, you know, people kind of frown upon. But if you get that and a Meteor Hammer in your team, it's honestly a sick combo that you can pull off on your own.
5-man.
Yeah, you can kind of build your own black hole, you know? It's a do-it-yourself from IKEA black hole.
Well, what would they call it? Because IKEA has all the funny names.
Oh,
now.
probably Martin or something like that.
Bjorn.
Or, yeah. Tor. Yeah. They always have those beautiful names.
Jävla Fitto.
Haista vittu.
Vittu. No, now it's getting into some Finnish next.
Learning foreign languages with
Yay!
Gary B. So split push is happening down here by Liquid. They're just trying to get whatever they can in terms of farm. TA needs travels next, but you can delay the travels a little bit when you have a Caudal in your team. You still definitely want it though. Smoke coming out here from NEWBEE again. Are they going to be successful in finding anyone?
Oh, does that Ice Blast travel over them?
It did travel over them.
Catches
so
on the Knicks.
Oh, good GH. Has the blink, has the Force Step, and he's so quick. They don't have the Storm. He's the #1 here for catching stuff, so...
450 move speed. See ya, boys. Now they
Okay.
turn back, but Kaka's caught by a nice Burrow Strike from Mind Control. Blinding Light pushes them away.
Storm coming in. He has Aghanims, he can grab them.
NEWBEE wants to go forward. There's the repel and the two-man vortex catching both of the supports. SC has trapped them in, but a big epicenter. That's mind control in battle, doing damage with a big burst strike as well. And Miracle's BKB going to work. A nice ice blast with the dying breath of Kuroki, clearing through 3 of NEWBEE, and SC is trapped with the Dragon Tail, the stuns from MC,
they're gonna
and Miracle's damage. They've got the kill. Mugi goes for the TP with the rage, but the damage output is too good. The Aegis is gone. He's gonna die a second time.
He kind of panicked, I think, with that TPing out with very low HP next to them. Now he's just gonna die. That is Miracle.
A 5-man wipe, 6-man wipe with the Aegis.
6-man wipe, you could say. And they only lost the 2 supports. They're quite hard to kill. I feel like Storm going in and trying to grab the supports there, he kills them so slowly though, because there's no blink on the Nyx or any other way for Lifestealer to get in there.
And then the rest of his team trying to catch up.
Yeah, like, massive epicenter landed onto them with a stun. Everyone else just couldn't really follow up. I think Storm needs to try and get one of these core heroes instead, because killing off only the support's not gonna be enough.
And that's going to be Lane of Rack's bottom, tier 3 middle, as SC has respawned. Tries to keep them at bay, but Miracle with his Deso Bloodthorn just ripping apart these buildings. There's an AC on, yeah, Matu as well, of course. Like
there was a Storm Spirit in that, Rax. Beautiful. Yeah, buyback being used, but it's not really going to achieve anything. They can still continue here even. And if he gets stunned on KP, that would be horrible.
As SC going in, trying to catch Matuma Man, but his BKB gives him that nice umbrella of safety. SC running low on mana here. It feels like he's kind of run out of steam as well. As the Impale not landing. The BKB from Miracle buys so much space and time as Epicenter burrow into Kaka, finds the 2 supports. And with no buybacks here from NEWBEE, it
looks
feels like
it
it's
should be
game over.
Yeah, don't think they will be able to do anything. SEC known for never giving up. He wants to keep trying. Are we gonna see a nice 5-man black hole buy a meteor hammer? Come on, let's do it. Not that it's gonna do anything at all. He gets a big grab though.
Infest out, 1 dead, mind control gone, Matuma Man about to fall as well. This is a lot of damage coming out of NEWBEE. A nice team fight win for them if they can catch and chase for more. Kuroki will be another collateral kill here.
He will never give up. He will try to win until the very end. That was a very nice 4-man grab with the Aghanims there. But in the end, they did lose their mega creeps. So Radiant with a very solid advantage right now. TA even moonsharding up, still has lots of money to spend. Going with the Doomstick, going for the Nullifier and Bloodthorn combo. That's going to be able to burst pretty much anyone. If they can break Storm's Lincolns, she can definitely destroy him. Even without breaking the Lincolns, she can just use the Nullifier to break and then silence him.
Yeah, damn right. NEWBEE against Mega Creeps. Well,
we've seen a win against Megas before.
Secret today against VP, but they had a lone druid.
They did have a lone druid. They had a little bit, you know, they had a few more outs than we're seeing here on NEWBEE. Their lineup not really itemized towards dealing with Mega Creeps, not really drafted to deal with Mega Creeps. You have no Battle Fury on Lifesteal or anything like that.
No Maelstrom on your Bane.
Yeah, should have got with the times, you know. Battle Fury, man. Yeah. You're a melee hero, are you not? Absolutely.
Need to get the Battle Fury going. Well, Mugi tries to clear out creeps 1 by 1, hitting them and hitting them and hitting them.
It's a lot of work.
Most tedious job ever is clearing out these mega creeps.
For sure, for sure.
Liquid, Eon Disc on Sand King, on Ancient Apparition. They've got some real great ways to turn around and disrupt the teamfight combos of NEWBEE here with their supports.
Coddle had one queued up as well, but he's going for the E-Blade instead. Mana leaking mid, just gonna bother Kaka a little bit. Force him to Yules himself. The fight is gonna happen mid. Oh, both teams kind of backing out.
Kuro spotted.
Kuro is running in, but again, he has an Aeon Disc. You don't want to all in on him and then end up not being able to kill him even.
Oh, there's the gem coming in, Mind Control. Finally spots
Coddle?
The Observer Ward. They found a pick on Kotl. Good start.
Yeah, and that might be the end of that fight as well. I don't know if Liquid want to really fight 4v5. Feels like one of the few ways they could lose this game is by doing a dumb decision here. So, NEWBEE, they stay in it.
For now.
For now. They're still... Never count them out. Never count them out.
Maelstrom Storm. We're doing it.
Of course.
Lightning, boys.
They need some ways to clear the creeps. I believe more of their heroes need to start itemizing towards it as well. Would love to see the Bane going with that.
Get the Maelstrom out.
For sure.
Let's freaking go. So, NEWBEE. This is real dire straits for them. Liquid just waiting out for the Roshan to respawn. Get that next Aegis, as Kaka does find Matumba Man.
Yeah, he spotted him, and they have the storm is pointing in that direction, but he is not jumping quite yet. Maybe they go mid even. If Miracle stuck around, they might have jumped that.
Everyone's buying nullifiers now. We've got one on TA, one being built by Lifestealer. The Dragon Knight's trying to finish off one as well. Yeah. Storm does zip forward. They've caught Miracle's Templar Assassin, but a good Burrow Strike may just have... No, never mind. There's no saving. There's no saving. Great Impale from Kaka manages to keep the fight going the way of NEWBEE as they chase Kuroki now, trying to find the kill on the Ancient Apparition. A few more hits will do the job, but SC, Lincoln's popped now, the Epicenter wound up, will force the suicide.
Takes his life.
Has to TP away. Good Burrow Strike continuation gets the Bane, but that should be the end of that once he dies on Faith.
Buyback from Miracle here, wants to end it right now. Not sure that I'm a massive fan of the buyback since Storm is respawning quite quickly, but I guess they're going to get the Aegis during this time. And with the Aegis on TA, they don't need to worry about the buyback being down. There's also a refresher, so DK could take that and have his ulti again. And they just go immediately.
There's red numbers everywhere.
Bloodthorn, what a lovely item.
So what do we have here? Cheese, refresher, DK. Aegis on Miracle, of course, after that buyback just now. Bane does have a buyback to come back into this, and I think we'll bring up that tab for now to see what's going on, because KP is still on cooldown for a little bit, 270 gold off it, but they're losing tier 4s as these mega creeps are just clearing through the dire base. NEWBEE still struggling to deal with the natural creep push coming in, but a Vortex onto 2 here as SC gets Burrow Struck up with Mugi as well. Nice GA from KP, but the Ice Blast should secure this game from Kuroki as the refresher of Matumba Man allows another dragon to arrive onto the scene. No buyback from Mugi, a buyback from MC will come back with a Sand King and a sick Burrow Strike in.
Everyone just melting.
One, but there's NEWBEE dead, and deader as the Vortex will be the last thing they do.
Yeah, he gets the black hole. Well, the Nullifier really coming in clutch towards the end there. It even purges off the GA, so very nice way to go through the safety that was provided by the Angel. However, this is being forced to game number 3. What did I tell you? Game starts, I'm like, this is easy game.
You knew it.
And it did look a little bit harder than expected. Big cred to SCC. Look at that Storm. 21, 5, and 12 in a losing game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that is very, very impressive. And as always, he is just a pleasure to watch.
50,000 damage from the Storm, 45k on Miracle's TA. Both of them really stepping up to the plate.
For sure. I think the combinations were a little bit stronger on the side of Miracle. They had cleaner stun combinations that were easy for them to work with, whereas the Nyx not having a Blink Dagger, I'm not entirely sold on the decision to go for an Aghanims in this game. I feel like I never really saw him get to be burrowed and throw his spells anyway. One part of that is when there's a Caudal with Ags and Gem, it's not easy to just burrow and be fine, because it just mana leaks you, pushes you to his side, and you know, you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah, and Kaka's role that game was really the vision game, right? He was always vendetted, hunting, searching.
And so was DH, his role,
Because usually with an Aghanims, you kind of just want to like plop yourself and set up and bunker down and say, hey, you fight into us, but not to be. As we'll move into game number 3. It's kind of nice, you know, both of these teams come in undefeated throughout the group stage so far, and then they take a game off each other, but it's going to come down to the last game of the series, the last game of the group stage, I think, because I'm pretty sure every other series is done. I think we might just be the last ones still going here.
I think so, and I mean, I'm happy that we're still going. These are amazing teams. Getting to watch them go against each other as much as possible is definitely enjoyable. So stay tuned for game number 3.
Yeah, coming up in just a little bit.